Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my April favourites. I feel like this has been a really busy month and I have quite a lot of products to get through. So I do have some favourites, I do have some fails, and I also have a few updates for you. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. I'm very conscious that we have a lot of products to get through today and I'm not going to spend a million years waffling on. So I'm going to try and really get to the point with all of these products. So the first one is this product from Saie. This is the Glowy Super Gel. Obviously this is not a new product to the world, but it's been a new product to me. This I got in the mini. I genuinely wish I had got it in the full size. This basically gives your skin an extremely subtle amount of glow. It is a typical glow booster. And the thing that I really love about this is it gives you that glow. It gives you a dewy, hydrated look without being greasy and, more importantly, without being metallic. I think with a lot of these glowy boosters that we see that can act as primers or you can wear them on their own, I think a lot of them can run the risk of looking a little bit too shiny, a little bit too metallic. Whereas this glowy gel is exactly that. It is like a skincare product. It has a gel-like consistency. You basically rub it into the skin. I know that people wear this on its own. They wear it with a little bit of concealer. I like to wear it underneath my foundation or my skin tint. And I absolutely adore this product. It's not going to give you any coverage, so for me I wouldn't necessarily wear this on its own, but I would be happy to team it up with some concealer on those no makeup days. I'm just so into this glow from within, and this is exactly what the Saie Glowy Super Gel does for me. I adore it. And if you have drier skin, if you have normal to dry skin, this is something that you would really enjoy. It's a great base, it's a great primer. It's just absolutely beautiful and you don't have to worry about it getting greasy on your face. The next product that I want to mention, I'm not really going to talk about much because I have a bunch of products here that I've had for quite a bit in April, but I haven't fully tested them out yet, and this is one of them. It's new to my collection, but I want to mention it because it is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and this is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. So here's the thing. I have had my eye on this since it came out, and sometimes I have to really think about products. I have to really think carefully about whether I want it, whether it's worth the money. I take my time. I don't want to just rush into something, and I had this in my basket ready to buy because Cult Beauty had one of their amazing sales on. And then I saw a review from Stephanie Marie who said that this is a lovely palette, but it's pretty basic for what it does. And that got me thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to buy it then. So I took it out of my basket because she basically said that all the looks come out looking the same, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I had to purchase it, and I really love the colour story. It's so me, it's ridiculous. And I wanted a palette that I could go to for the summertime because I've been really trying to get back into palettes recently. And I don't know whether it's my skin tone, but every combination that I'm trying in here comes out really orange on me. So I am still testing this out. Now I have a good few more products to share with you, and I'm going to do that in a separate video, I've decided. So I'm going to come back to this. I want to play around with it a bit more before I have my final conclusion on it. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that and I'll give you my final verdict. Back in April, I shared with you some K-Beauty blush and lip duos that I'd been trying, and they are the Fwee blurring pudding pots. I can't tell you how much I love these. These are really, really unique. They have this kind of moussey texture, and I wasn't sure whether I would really like these. I have a full video dedicated to these if you want to see them in action. I was unsure about whether I would like these because I'm not the biggest matte blush fan, but these give what I would describe as a very soft, blurred, airbrushed finish. They are incredibly flattering on mature skin. And the great thing about these is that they can double up as a lip product as well, and they are just as blurring and flattering on the lips. And they're quite weighty, quite heavy, which adds to the luxe feeling of them, and they're just great for popping in your pocket, carrying around with you. I have them in my car, I have them in my coat pockets, I have them in my bag. These are really beautiful little blushes, and in that video I mentioned that Fwee very kindly gifted me some of their jelly pots as well, and these again are absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just show you one of them here. This is the shade Juicy Punch, and like the blurring pudding pots, they have this bouncy texture and they're so pigmented. So again, that's the shade Juicy Punch. That is so beautiful. Now these are designed to be a blush and a lip duo, and I will insert some footage now of me applying one of these. And these are different to the pudding pots in the fact that they are supposed to give you a dewy, hydrated glass skin finish on the skin. And I think they are really, really pretty on the skin. However, I'm going to be completely honest, I absolutely prefer these as a lip balm because they feel like a lip balm. These are some of the most hydrating lip balms that I've ever used. They feel completely weightless on the lips, but they give such a high shine and they give such incredible hydration as well. There are less shades to choose from in the jelly pots, but definitely worth checking out. If you are going to place an order for the pudding pots, definitely pick up one of the jelly pots to try out. I am genuinely used to using a tube for my lip balms, so it's taken me a while to get used to having an actual pot to dive into, but genuinely beautiful products. But I definitely, just personal preference, prefer to use them on the lips rather than on the cheeks. April has most definitely been the month of the blush. There are so many amazing blushes flying around at the moment. We'll talk about the one that I have on today, and this is the Tower 28 GetSet Matte Blush. I really did not like this when I first tried it. Why? Again, because it's a matte blush and it is quite a flat matte. Now it doesn't look that way today because I have glowy base products on, but it definitely comes across as a flat matte. However, because it's so incredibly blurring, it doesn't look unflattering on the skin. And this blush is really quite unique because it is a setting blush, so it is designed to set your makeup at the same time as giving you a beautiful colour to the cheeks. And I have really fallen in love with this blush. I have this in the shade Long Beach Iced Tea. And the funny thing is when you see it in the pan, it looks so incredibly underwhelming. I opened this and I was so disappointed. And I think that probably added to why I didn't like it the first time that I used it. I just wasn't used to using such a matte product on my face because, you know me, I just love the glow, dew, glow, whatever you can give me that's going to make my skin look plump. I want it. So matte blushes don't usually give me that, but I absolutely love how it sets my makeup and I just think it's incredibly pretty. I was really blown away by this and definitely one of my favourite blushes that I've tried recently. So I did review the Tower 28 blush and I reviewed it at the same time as this. This is the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush. This is a little bit different to the Tower 28 in the fact that it is a cream to powder blush, and genuinely, this is definitely more of my go-to blush in terms of the shade, in terms of the finish. I think this is absolutely just beautiful, and this is in the shade Hope. It's just a perfect pink, isn't it? And it's incredibly blurring, it's incredibly flattering, probably more flattering than the Tower 28 because although it's not a glowy blush, it definitely is softer it just sits over my fine lines a little bit better. The Rare Beauty would be a blush that I would pick up on an everyday basis just because it's easy, and I know I wouldn't have to worry about it looking a little bit dry. I think if I had to nitpick, the Tower 28 would be more inclined to emphasize any teeny tiny wrinkles I have, but it's not bad. I really do adore them both, and I think that if you picked up either, I think you would be genuinely happy with them. I know that I said not long ago that I wasn't going to buy any new mascaras. I know I said that, but I was putting in a big K-Beauty order, and I'd heard some incredible things about one mascara in particular, and I had to get it. This is the Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara. I'd also seen on Reddit people always going on about Clio Mascara. Oh my gosh, I am still traumatized by this mascara. So I've only worn it once, and guess what? I'm never, ever, ever putting it near my eyelashes ever again. I assumed that this would probably be waterproof. Okay, now I don't like waterproof mascaras, but I can get them off. This, I don't even know what to say, okay, about this mascara. Let me show it you first. So, you know, really nice wand, very skinny, slightly curved. And when I started to apply this, you know, you could feel it dragging onto the lashes, every teeny tiny lash. If you want a mascara that is never, ever going to leave your eyelashes, no matter what you do, get this. No matter what I did and what cleanser I used on my eyelashes, it would not budge. You could literally swim 100 lengths and this would not come off your eyelashes. All right, so if you are looking for something that never budges, that is completely budge, waterproof, anything proof, this. I had never panicked so much using a mascara. In the end, do you know what I had to do? I had to get olive oil onto my eyelashes to try and get it off. Honestly, I used all types of cleansers, waterproof cleansers. I honestly, no, this is no. I will never use this ever again. And funnily enough, I was recording some footage that day for something else, and I had the mascara on, so you will get to see it on my lashes. And it's not even that great. I mean, it was fine, and it gave me quite a lot of length and definitely lift, and it definitely doesn't move. But it's not worth it. Oh my gosh, it's not worth it. But if you want a completely budge-proof, never going to move off your eyelashes ever again, ever, that's the one. That's the one to get. Yeah, for sure. So I am definitely back to my mascara no by now. However, I was gifted some mascaras last month from Sweed, and so grateful to receive these items. So they gifted me these two mascaras, the Sweed Cloud Mascara and the Pro Lash Lift Mascara. So I'll just show you the difference between these two in terms of the brushes. So here we have the Cloud Mascara, and on this side we have the Pro Lash Lift Mascara, and you can see there's quite a significant difference between the two ones. And honestly, the Cloud Mascara is the one. I have obviously tried both of these, and I do struggle with the wand on this one, just because it's a little bit spiky. I mean, it's very, very skinny, which I don't mind in a mascara, but I find it a little bit harder to use than the Cloud. Now, I am a complete advocate for drugstore mascaras. They do as good a job, if not an even better job, than high-end mascaras. And I've never really had a clear favourite high-end mascara, but I do now. This Sweed Cloud Mascara, I love how it drags onto every single lash that I have. Now, it doesn't give me an incredible amount of volume, but I don't have volume in my lashes. They are fairly sparse. So I take what I get when it comes to mascaras, and this just gives me beautiful length, beautiful lift all day. There's absolutely no flaking with it. It doesn't transfer or smudge. It doesn't end up all over my face. And it's so easy to remove. That is such an important thing for me. I know it might not be for you, but for me, because I don't have the best lashes, I feel like I really need to take care of them. So it's very important to me that I'm not dragging my lashes like I had to with this. So this is definitely my number one new favorite mascara. It is absolutely top tier. So now I promise I'm not buying any more mascaras now. Promise. In April, I tried these one and done eyeshadows from Catrice. These are the Metallic Spark Cream eyeshadows. And I had really high hopes for these. I'm disappointed with them. Honestly, they could have been so good. Oh, I really feel like it's what we have been waiting for from Catrice, because I am a genuine lover of the brand and the majority of their products. But this, oh, it just missed the mark for me. So here's what it looks like. And, you know, it claims to have that moussey kind of consistency. Now, it looks absolutely gorgeous there. And this is in the shade Diamond Dust. And it's not that I don't like the shade. I actually have a couple of shades. Champagne Chic is the other one. I just don't like... Okay, it's not very user-friendly, so it's a little bit hard to pick up and out of the pot. But actually, just going into it there now, it's definitely dried up a little bit more than it was. But it's just hard to pick up, and it dries so fast. It dries so quickly. And I think the key to a really good one and done eyeshadow, which I love, I live for, is that they are movable for a while so that you can blend them really well. Whereas this looks beautiful, but it makes me work a little bit too hard for what I want it for. So for me, a one and done eyeshadow should be really easy. It should take me no time at all. I shouldn't be panicking that I'm getting it on and it's drying down really fast. And also, it just gets a bit messy. Yeah, I just don't love it. I think there's better one and done shadows out there at the drugstore. Next up, we have a foundation from Vieve. This is not a new release, but it came back into stock. Now, this is an absolutely beautiful product. It's what I have on my face today. The only issue that I have with this is that the shade is off. And I know that you were trying to reassure me that the shade was absolutely fine, but it's definitely just a little bit too dark for me right now. If you are in the same position as me and you get a foundation that is maybe a touch too dark, the best way to apply it is to just apply a really light amount, and then you will see more of your skin than the actual foundation. So, I mean, it looks okay, but it is just a touch too dark for me right now. In a few weeks, I'm sure it will be absolutely perfect. Now, the thing is with this foundation is I didn't really know what it was before I got it. I was wondering whether it was a skin tint, whether it was a foundation, because it's described as a complexion balm. And you know what? That's exactly what it is. It genuinely feels like a beautiful balm when you are putting it on. And the unusual thing for me about this foundation is that I apply this with my fingers because I feel like it gives me the best application. I like to rub it in like I would a really thick moisturizer, and then I like to push it in with a brush. So to answer the question as to whether it's a tint or a foundation, it's definitely a foundation. I would say a medium foundation, but more on the lighter side of medium. You can definitely build it up, but I try to avoid doing that with the shade not being so good on me right now. I have the shade 230. So yeah, this is so gloriously balmy. I love the feeling of it, and I love how it definitely melts into the skin. There's no sitting on top of it or feeling tacky throughout the day. It dries down and feels really, really weightless. And the thing that really surprised me about this foundation is how long it lasts. I didn't expect this to last as well as it does, but this is sticking around all day. You've got no fading, you've got no flaking, no patchiness. It just looks really beautiful all day. And on my dry skin, it's absolutely heavenly. I've been really, really enjoying this. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on another complexion product, and that is the NYX Buttermelt Glaze Skin Tint. If you go back back to my most recent drugstore video where I speak about this, I said that I'd had a little bit of a mare with this. It had not gone well. I had, well, the first couple of times I wore it, it was fine. Put it on again and it looked so bad that I had to remove it. But then when I tried it on for the video, it looked really, really good. So obviously I had to keep persevering with this. Now I have this in the shade Vanilla Bean Butter, and I have to say the shade is absolutely perfect. It is spot on, and it's one of the lighter shades, but with it being a skin tint, the shades should be pretty flexible anyway. So look, everything about this, the consistency, the smell, I love the smell. It's kind of fruity and you can't really smell the SPF in it. So it's got an SPF of 30 in this, which is amazing for a skin tint. It's just not, I don't know. I have never tried to persevere with such an inconsistent product. So the next time that I wore this after the video, it was fine. Then when I wore it again and recorded it, it looked terrible again. And it seems to be in my pore area. So it seems to, I don't know, it just won't sit over the pores. It will just separate. And it's really bizarre. I have always applied this with my fingers because I feel like I get the best application with it. It's just too inconsistent. I want it to be good. I want to love it. It doesn't love me. I shouldn't have to work this hard with a product to get it to look good. And even on the days that it looks good, it doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look, wow, brilliant. It just looks fine. I think there's better out there. I think the ordinary serum foundation, yes, it doesn't have an SPF, I know that, but it still does a better job than this. And this was about 16 quid probably. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I would recommend this, to be honest. And I thought that it would love my dry skin, but turns out it doesn't really. Right, I feel like I've got a lot of lip products here to talk about. I do want to say that some of my favourite lip products of the month are definitely the Fwee Jelly Pots. So my other favourites of the month are these new e.l.f. Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balms. I do have a dedicated video to this if you want to see them all swatched. Oh, these are absolutely lovely. These are supposed to be a dupe for the Summer Fridays lip balms, and honestly, I think they did a really good job. I mean, well, first of all, I do want to say, I remember the days when e.l.f. just did e.l.f. When they just made products and they made products for £1. £1, gone are those days. And I think these are a little bit pricey, actually, if you think about it, 9 quid. I mean, if that's not inflation, I don't know what is, e.l.f. So they're obviously putting a lot of work into their products to make them a bit more high quality than what they were, but it's still expensive, isn't it? Definitely a dupe for the Summer Fridays. If you are looking for a cheaper alternative, they are pretty much identical. I think that possibly the Summer Fridays are a little bit more lightweight. Maybe there's a little bit more longevity in the Summer Fridays. However, how much longevity are you really going to get from a lip balm, really, if we're completely honest with ourselves? There's a couple of shades that I don't like. Don't like Java Chip because it smells of Java chips, coffee, and the blackberry sorbet. They're lovely, but they're a bit strong, whereas Strawberry Shortcake is absolutely my favourite. I absolutely adore this. I really like Vanilla Toffee, which is supposed to dupe the Vanilla Beige in the Summer Fridays. The only thing I would say is with the deeper shades, with the more pigmented shades, so such as Wild Cherry, I felt like personally they could get a little bit patchy. So yeah, I'm sticking with my Strawberry Shortcake and the Vanilla Toffee. Beautiful, gorgeous lip balms, but a little bit pricey, I have to say, for e.l.f. Spoken about these in a couple of videos now. The L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil. These definitely have a tingling, a plumping sensation, but it does not last. It definitely dissipates really, really fast. Like if you blind tested wearing one of these and you blind tested wearing a luxury lip oil, you would not know the difference. These are incredibly high-end feeling. The only thing I don't love is on the doe foot, it tends to pick up quite a lot of product. Can you see the applicator? And it just kind of rests really nicely onto the lip. And this is the shade Worth It, and it's just the perfect nude. It's a little bit mauvey, I would say, and I love how non-sticky it is, how weightless it is, and a great indicator to me is that I forget that I have it on. So yeah, absolutely love it. I feel like I'm really in my hydrated lip era at the moment, and I love hydrated lip products because I don't have any filler in my lips, so I like to pair this lip oil or the e.l.f. lip balms or my Laneige with a lip liner just to give me a little bit more fullness to the lips. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these lip products. I promise I am not picking on NYX today. It's going to really look like I am, but I'm not. This is the NYX Duck Plump lip liners. I really thought that it's fallen.
Oh my gosh, it's fallen out. Look.
What the? I'm so glad that that was caught on camera. Okay, well, you just saw what happened. It just snapped off. These are painful. And like the L'Oreal lip oil does have that, you know, slightly spicy feeling on the lips, but it goes, whereas this, it's intense. It's really intense. I really panicked the first time that I put this on, but I popped it on today and I had to wipe it off. It actually doesn't feel nice and it kind of gets to the back of your throat as well. And it snaps. That's a fail for you. NYX. I don't think we're friends right now, are we? I was gifted some products by Calecim, so skincare brand, back in, I want to say February now. They gifted me their rejuvenating serum, the eye contour lifting cream, and this, which is the multi-action cream. So if you don't know anything about Calecim skincare products, they are infused with their PTT6, which are basically, in layman's terms, growth factors. So I used to be big into growth factors. I used to use a lot of skincare by a brand called ZO Skin, and I really did love using growth factors. And I feel like they do have an amazing effect on the skin. So this serum is a tiny little 5ml bottle because you only need the tiniest amount, which is designed to target wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, elasticity. It contains over 3,000 proteins, including growth factors, cytokines, and exosomes that signal cells to regenerate. They are basically supposed to rejuvenate and repair your skin. And I have definitely noticed a difference, specifically on my cheeks. I haven't noticed a massive difference in the darkness under my eyes, but I've definitely noticed a difference with the fine lines. And I would say that the biggest difference has come from the serum. Now, these are expensive. This is the thing with Calecim. They're so expensive. When you apply these products, the one thing that will amaze you about them is how incredibly quick they absorb. Once I apply one drop to my skin of this, it will literally just soak in immediately. The multi-action cream, initially I was definitely using this wrong because I was using it as a moisturizer. So I was using this serum and then I was using the multi-action cream. I think because it's called a cream, I just assumed it was a moisturizer, but it's actually more of a serum as well. So you don't need to use these on the same day, I don't think. Obviously the eye contour lifting cream, you can, but I have definitely noticed a difference in my skin. And I have had a few people ask me if I've changed up my skincare routine. Someone asked me a few videos ago, have you started using something different on your skin? I genuinely feel like I have more collagen in my skin for sure. I really do think that this has made a difference to my skin. There's one thing you need to be aware of with Calecim, and the the smell. So I can't explain what the smell is. You know when you've got like a damp kind of musty smell, it smells a little bit like that, and they address that on their website. They have an FAQ about the smell, and it's because it's fragrance free and because the smell comes from the high concentration of active ingredient, mainly the cord lining extract in the formulation. So it does disappear, but I can definitely smell it for a little while after, but it definitely doesn't put me off. But it's really, really pricey. Now I know I had a look and Calecim do have an offer on at the moment, but it's excluding the UK and Ireland. Okay. Rude. But if you are not in the UK and Ireland, you can avail of this deal. So they have a free starter size kit worth $68 with every full size purchase, and it's going to be Mother's Day in the US, so they have an exclusive Mother's Day bundle which is available. So you get 2 of these and a free micro needling tool and pouch. Yeah. So that's pretty good. And they also gave me a discount code that you can use on top of that. So the discount code is just Carmel, so CARMEL. So you can use that on top, and that runs until May 19th, 2025. Do you know what? I would recommend any of these 3. I definitely think my favorite is the serum. I know it's so tiny, isn't it? But I think it's tiny but mighty. But yeah, have a look on their website. There could be something else on there that you think is more suitable to you. But yeah, growth factors, regenerating skin cells, they are very effective. And yeah, I've been really happy with my Calecim products and happy to recommend them. But do think carefully before you splurge, because they are not cheap. So that is it. I actually have more products, but I think I've gone through too many already. I will incorporate the other product into some future videos, but do let me know what have been your favorite beauty products that you've tried in April, or what have been your fails. Let us know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video, but until then, take care and bye for now.